Hello everyone, Ryan Archer at West Ham Fan TV, and I'm back with another transfer video. This is the show where we talk about all the latest news and rumours surrounding West Ham United. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about some transfer news going on today. As you know, this week we got a new manager, Manuel Pellegrini. 3-year deal, rumoured to be around £7 million a year. Don't really care, to be honest, but it's great for the club. Exciting appointment, exciting times ahead for West Ham. As he said in his press conference, loves to play attacking football. You know, he's been at some great clubs: Villarreal, Malaga, Real Madrid, and of course Man City in the Premier League, where he won the title and 2 League Cups. David Gold on the radio said today that they're going to heavily back him. Rumoured to be about 75 million, and if he goes on to sell further players, they can add that on. So if we do get rid of a few players, it could be a nice little transfer kitty. So let's talk about transfers in. Rumours that I've seen today. With all the money David Gold's said that we're going to splash, let's start off with a West Ham favourite, a loan deal. Phil Foden from Man City, 17-year-old midfielder. I think he turns 18 on Monday. Listen, I know I joked a bit about a loan deal there, but I think this would be a good signing for the club, especially if we're rumoured to be releasing a few midfielders this season. Be a good experience for him. Pep Guardiola raves about him. He's got a big future at City. He's only a youngster, so he'll probably get a bit more playing time at West Ham than he would at Man City. He made 5 appearances for the club last year. Listen, I think it'll be a good signing if we can bring him in. You know, what I've seen of him, he looks a good little talent. He played for the England under 17s, I think it was, that won the World Cup. I think he got the Golden Ball as well, and he was named Young Sports Personality of the Year. So, listen, he's got a big future in the game, so it'd be good to have him. So, we'll keep an eye on that one over the next few days, see how that unfolds. Moving on now to James do you know what? You know what I'm like with pronouncing names. James Tarkowski from Burnley. Look, you know, look, I've seen this at 25-year-old centre back. Had a great season at Burnley. He helped them finish 7th in the Premier League, qualify for Europe. It was their highest points total. Yeah, do you know what? What I've seen of him last year, he was decent centre back. He played well against us when I see him at the London Stadium. And of course, he got his first England call up against Italy in March, and he's on standby for the World Cup squad. Listen, I've seen a lot of Burnley fans talking about him on forums. I had a quick little look today, and listen, they'll be gutted if they lose him. They rave about him now. It's going to be tough to keep hold of these players. I mean, no disrespect to clubs like Burnley. We're in the same position. When a youngster starts performing well, other clubs will sniff around. I'm sure there's going to be bigger clubs than West Ham United sniffing around for him. So if we are going to make a move for him, it's going to take a lot to prize him away from the club as well. But we do need new centre-back to the club, and he's 25. I think he can still qualify to play for Poland as well, because he hasn't played a competitive game for England. But let's hope that he does choose England over Poland, and let's hope that, you never know, he could be a West Ham player. Moving on now, Salomon Rondon from West Brom, 28-year-old striker. We obviously know a lot about him. He was relegated with West Brom last year. He scored 7 goals for him. He played 37 games as well last season. He's got a £16 million release clause, so not too much money. We did spend $10 million on Jordan Hugill, so no, I think he'll be a great signing. Obviously, as most of you know, he did play for Pellegrini at Malaga. He scored 27 goals in 72 games for Malaga, so Pellegrini knows him. He's a strong striker. You know, he's built. He's got pace as well. I think he'd do well with better players around him. He struggled a lot at West Brom last season, but most of their players did. There was also rumours that Chelsea and Cardiff are linked with him. So, once again, if we want to get this player, we've got to get it done quick. And as I said, £16 million release clause is not really a lot of money in today's game. Moving on now to one more rumour that I've seen today. Willy Caballero, the Chelsea goalkeeper, Chelsea's number 2. Once again, he worked with Pellegrini at Malaga and Man City, so he knows the player really well. He's a 36-year-old. As we know, number 2 at Chelsea. He was dropped for the FA Cup final, even though he played in every cup game building up to the final. Listen, Joe Hart looks like he's going to be leaving the club, and it looks like Adrian wants to leave as well. So we do need a goalkeeper. He'll be a great goalkeeper. They're looking at 5 million for him, which is a great price for a goalkeeper these days. Will he be West Ham's number 1? Is he good enough to be West Ham's number 1? It's a tough one. He's a good goalkeeper. I remember when he played for City and the League Cup final when they won it against Liverpool. He was unbelievable in that game. The amount of penalties he saved, and he won Man City the cup. So he's a good goalkeeper. It'd be a good backup. I'm still holding out hopes that we can get someone else in, like Jack Butland. But it's going to be tough to prize someone like him away. There'll be bigger clubs going in for someone like him. But no, I think he'll be a good signing for West Ham if we could get him. But that's it for rumours that I've seen today. As you know, these transfer videos are going to be constant, so we're going to be talking about more players. Not worth trying to cram 20 players into one video. Just quickly talking about players leaving the club. There's a list of players including Andy Carroll, Sam Byram, Mikel Antonio, Fernandez and Jordan Hugill. Just quickly talk about this. I mean, Carroll, for me, I wouldn't want to see him go, but I can't see him having a future at West Ham under Pellegrini, unfortunately. I don't think he's going to play that style of football like previous managers have played. I think we're going to be attracting other players. Sam Byram, for me, I see him linked with Leeds. Listen, he's never really hit off at West Ham, injury prone. So I think maybe a step down to the Championship will be good for his career. Antonio linked with Palace. Listen, Antonio's a tough one for me because I wouldn't want to see him leave, but I can understand if we got a good offer why they would let him go. So we'll keep an eye on that. Edemilson Fernandez was a strange one for me. He's only a youngster. I think he's a good player when he's played for us. So hopefully that's just a rumour. I think he could progress well under Pellegrini. And Jordan Hugill, for me, this don't surprise me. It was a surprise signing in January. He hasn't had a chance. I don't think he'd ever cut it in the Premier League. I hope that don't come back to haunt me, but I just don't think he's good enough. I know he hasn't had a chance, but I think it was a panic buy in January. And if we can recoup some of the 10 million that we paid for him, then that'd be great. One player that confirmed on his Instagram today that he will be leaving the club, we spoke about the other day on the videos, was James Collins. Looks like June the 30th, his contract's up and he will be leaving the club. Listen, I said all I had to say the other day about James Collins, what he means to West Ham and what he means to me. It's going to be sad to see him go, but listen, I hope he goes on. He finds a club quick. It'd be nice to see him maybe go to someone like Cardiff. One more year in the Premier League with a team that we got him from originally. He's a Cardiff boy, so... But one day I'd like to see James Collins back, maybe as a coach at West Ham, or you never know, managerial role. You know, he's got that. Got that look about him that he can go on and be a great manager. But yeah, I mean that's it for all the rumours today. As I said, these transfers will be constant. Me, Nicky, Dan, and Scott will be bringing you more transfer videos over the week. So yeah, listen. As always, keep subscribing to our channel. Look out for, go and see all our reaction videos to the Pellegrini appointment. And yeah, I'll leave that there. I'm Ryan Archer at West Ham Fan TV. Thank you so much for watching this video. Come on, you Irons!